All right, if you caught the last video where we took the Hayabusa out, there was one, well, there were many flaws, but there was one very big flaw, and that is I had no way to put it in park. Like there's no parking brake, there's no way to secure the vehicle. And at one point, unfortunately, cameras weren't rolling. It actually started to run away from me going downhill. I was out checking on something because I thought I had an oil leak. I was standing on the rear tire, and apparently me like bouncing back and forth on the rear tire gave it just enough to push through the compression stroke, and it started to like slowly run away from me down a hill. Luckily, it wasn't a big hill. It only went probably 20, 30 feet or so. And then the brush stopped it, but could have been worse. So I ordered a SuperATV parking brake. Actually, technically they call this like a brake lock because you can actually put a padlock through here to like lock the vehicle in place apparently. But I don't really care to lock it in place. I just need a parking brake, and that's what this is gonna do. So let's get this thing installed. Okay, so the way that SuperATV has you do this, I don't totally agree with. Basically, they end up having you cut a massive chunk out of this rubber cover here, which, okay, yeah, it would make it easier, but you basically Swiss cheese this thing. My goal is I'm gonna try to cut as little of this as possible to keep it in place and to be able to make it still function. Because the way they did it, it would let, like there's a massive hole in it when they're done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut that one off and that one off. That way we can get access to the 3 bolts that hide behind it. And I'm gonna preface this now, if this doesn't work, this is not my fault. You followed some gas on YouTube. All right, step number 1, use the dullest knife you can find. Pro tip, get a razor blade that is actually sharp. Much, much, much better. All right, next step, you're gonna need to grab an 18mm socket. You're gonna have to take off the 3 nuts, there, there, and there. You are also gonna need an 18mm wrench to hold on to the bolts that are on the steering rack side. Success. Now, apparently, this brake doodad here is gonna go right over the top of all that. And holy cow, those bolt holes they're plenty big, that's for sure. Good God, way too big. All right, I'm actually gonna trim this lower one to be flush. Now, when you're doing this part, you definitely gotta stand on your head, and you're gonna question the dumb engineer that made it, why they made it this way, and then you're gonna wish that you had a friend that could help hold the bolts for you. Okay, now we'll just snug everything down, I guess. Holy cow. Now, I'm supposed to be able to push the brake pedal down, pivot that over. Hey. All right, now the way that I saw this work online is this guy did like some fancy like Jackie Chan, you know, foot maneuvering stuff. Well, I ain't like that, so let's see if I can get it with my big feet. All right, you're supposed to be able to push this down, and you're supposed to be able to push that little guy over and lock the brake pedal. Son of a gun. Ha! Look at that. I'll be. Well, that's kind of, all right. That's not terrible. I have paid way more money for way dumber stuff than that, and stuff that is way harder to use than that too. All right, that was worth it. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. I'll put a link in the description below. Not sponsored or anything. I paid full price. Again, just like everybody else in this world, they don't even know I exist. I just apparently use their Actually, wait, there is one more thing we need to do. How do we know if this actually is gonna hold it? Like, what if it doesn't like push the brake pedal down that far? Okay, so right now, not very hard to move. If I set it, let's see how good she works. It doesn't really push the brake pedal down like that far. All right. All right, well, this is just flat ground though. We need to simulate like a hill. Or like you're sitting on like a steep rock or something like that. Like, I got an idea. This is my custom 2016 Ram 4500. Makes about 450 horsepower and about 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. And it makes pretty light work of towing our toy hauler over there. You can see where this is going, right? I thought that was gonna be epic. I was gonna drag this thing all around the driveway. That was so uneventfully boring. Are you kidding me? I thought that was gonna be epic. I was gonna drag this thing all around the driveway. Wow, that was not what I expected. All right, well, what did we learn today? SuperATV parking brake thing. Definitely easy to install, quick to install. It will hold a Can-Am in place-ish, but if you try to pull it around, it will roll still. It's not gonna like lock it, which I was really hoping it would like lock the tires in place. You know, that's what I was going for. As you can see, it is still on. All right, well, unfortunately, didn't end quite how I was hoping it would, but hopefully you guys find this helpful. And all right, real quick. So I was thinking about it. Whose fault is this? Is this Can-Am's fault? Because I mean, they do put the crappiest brakes ever put on a UTV on the Can-Am X3. Like, I'm pretty sure a Rhino 660's brakes or Fred Flintstone's brakes are better. Or is it SuperATV's fault? Because I almost feel like it could very well be Can-Am's fault that this is not quite working out. Like all of us hoped that this would end. Yeah, let me know down below. What do you guys think? Whose fault? SuperATV or is it Can-Am? In the words of Jeremy Clarkson, on that bombshell, I'll see you next time.